You're live.
Hey everybody, Chelsea Torres here, Chris 6 News reporter. So I know a lot of people in the city are obviously having power outage issues. AEP is doing what they can to get all that back. But let me show you a few things if you're having questions or wondering about how to get your power back, how to check your status, all of that. So we're at the AEPtexas.com website. This is their main website. Now again, you can just go on here. If you have any questions about anything, you can check on there. Now if you're looking at outages and problems, we'll go straight to there. Report an outage. So when you report an outage, I'll just go through this little basic. Does the outage include a downed wire or safety hazard condition? I already looked at the safety hazard condition. It basically tells you if there's downed poles, if there's wires that may be near water, or if there's trees that have fallen on power lines. Now, I'm just going to say, I don't know. I don't know if there is anything. Continue, and then this is how you can find your account. You put in your home number, and then they'll be able to find that. Now, say your home number is something different and it doesn't show up, it won't ask you to do it by your address, or you can call a number. Now I'm going to go back. If you want to check your status of your house and see if you are getting some power, this is where the kind of questions might happen. Here's a login. You'll need a user ID and a password. Now if you don't have a user ID or password, you need to register. When you register, it shows that you need an ESID number. If you don't have that, or you don't know what it is, it's basically the electric service identifier. Now you can find that on your electricity bill. Now a lot of people may have evacuated, didn't bring their bills with them, or maybe you don't know where it's at, you don't know how to figure that out. If you don't know how to find that, again, you can call their number. Best number to call, 1-877-374858. Oh, perfect, just like this. So you can do that, send an email, 1-877-373-4858. And you know what, I'll go ahead and put that down in the comments, or I'll put it at the top of the video so you can also see that firsthand. So again, if you're trying to report an outage or use anything like that, you can do that on here. And that's probably the best way to do it, is to either do that or to call. Now, we've also been in contact with a lot of AEP officials trying to find out if there's a timetable for a lot of areas around town, around the coastal bend, of when they'll be getting power back. And they said they'll get back to us. So as soon as we get that information, we again will let y'all know. But we definitely wanted to let you guys know that if you do have an outage, if you're reporting one, if you need to figure that out, AEPtexas.com is the best way to go. And a lot of you probably don't even have power to maybe even get onto a computer and do this. So they do have an app. You can figure everything out on the app. Now I want to show you one more thing. Let me go back to this map. So this is the map. I'll zoom out so you can kind of see it. So this is the map. This is Corpus Christi right here. Here's the island, Flower Bluff. So when you look at this, you can kind of see more of the areas that have multiple outages. And that's what these little figures means multiple outages. This one just means 101 to about 1,000. So again, AEP has told us that these are projections, reported projections. So they're not exactly exact estimates of what it is, but again, they are projections. But if you want to find out the areas that you might be in, you can either do it by county, and I'll show you that. And it goes pretty far out. So here, even if you're not in the Nueces County, which Nueces has about 79,846, you can do San Patricio or Aransas, or even go further out if you're a little farther out that way. And again, I mean, we will have more information and keep you updated once they tell us more. They're working as hard as they can. We're working as hard as we can, so we can give you this information and let y'all know when you will have power. We know that it's hard out there when you don't have power. Nobody likes that. So again, we will keep you updated with everything. If anything happens, we will tell you right away. Now again, if you have any questions, let us know.
There's some questions coming in here. So people are wondering, Chelsea, their areas of the city, what power outages are reported. We have a zip of 78415. Somebody mentioned the Galahar area of town.
Okay, let's look right now. So 78415. Let's see if I can figure that out. So this is 78418, 78414, 78413, 78412. 415. So right now in 78415, you can see how big this area is. 11,501 outage cases. And the outage cases are 159. Customer outages are 11,501. And really, when it says customer outages, it kind of just means like households or businesses, certain areas. It doesn't necessarily mean people. Again, these are projections. So this is the area right now, and I mean, this is really all that it's showing. It's kind of hard to tell exactly, you know, what the issues could be. And a lot of different places when we've talked to AEP, I mean, it could be from transformers down, it could be from just certain fuse boxes that are not working right, it could be from a power line that's down. But again, they are getting out there to all the areas and trying to figure out that.
Let's go through some of the zip codes just to give people an idea of what they're looking at. Let's go through the Corpus Christi zip codes. Go ahead and just click on some areas of town. Like, let's look at the island and then work our way back.
So the island right now is 78418. Customer outages 11,029.
And you were out there this morning. Tell us what it's like.
And I was out there this morning. So I talked to a couple AEP officials. They were working on a huge transformer right there on the island. And they were saying, this was about 9 o'clock this morning, they said the crews should be out there in the next 3 hours, and they're trying to get power restored for about 1,200 people because the transformer that they're working on works for about 1,200 people. And they're trying to get that out, but they said it could be tonight, but they have no guarantees. So it's really just a matter of fixing the problem, finding the problem and fixing it. They were able to figure out kind of where the problem was and what line it was, what pole it was that we were looking at, but it's just a matter of crews getting out there. Now, they did tell me this. They have crews coming in from all over Texas. They said from Marfa, from the Valley, I mean, all over South Texas, all around. Now, the crew that was actually supposed to be out there on the island is from the Valley. That doesn't necessarily mean they're coming straight from the Valley. It just means that they have to have time to get out there. So that's something to think of if you're out in the island, on Padre Island.
How's Flower Bluff? You were out there too?
Flower Bluff, I was out there, and I did notice that a lot of power was restored, but when I actually went into one of the gas stations, a woman told me that her power was not restored. They also, you could not use, at that certain gas station, you couldn't even use their bathrooms. You couldn't, a lot of their like milks and everything in one of their fridges, they didn't want to sell them because their power had gone out. So, but they were up and running. But right now that's 78418, customer outages is 11,029. So, and again, they didn't really tell me exactly when that timetable was. When I talked to the AEP officials that were on the island, they said they were trying to make their way up. After they finished that transformer, they moved up to the next, up to the light that was straight up there. And that was over, so I can kind of give you an idea. We were at the transformer right there by that Island Italian restaurant. So that was literally right there. So if you see that big transformer area, that's what they were working on. Then they moved up to where that light was, where that stripes is. And I think it's the Valero catty corner to it. And they were looking at that one also. So again, they're just moving on it, trying to kind of make their way up. I'll go towards this one. So this is 78412. 9,520. 78414, 5,513. 78413, 5,358. And again, these are projections. If you're just now tuning in, these are all projections that AEP has for certain zip codes of customer outages. And customer outages could be households. They could be businesses. It's not necessarily one person. This one is 78411, 7,861. 78415, 11,532. 78417 is 1,704, so that's looking a little bit better. 78416, 3,044. 78404 is 5,561. 78405, 2,404. And stop me if this is getting repetitive. 78406, 151. So that's actually the lowest that we've seen. And that's right around the Corpus Christi airport. So that's looking pretty good if you're in that area. 78380, 362. That's even better. Now this is going up more towards Cal Allen, so I'll kind of move a little more.
Have you clicked on the Cal Allen area? We've got some questions from there.
Let's see, I'll click on this. Cal Allen zip code 78410, 1,896. Are there any other questions about Cal Allen?
We have questions about some of the harder hit areas. Let's go across the bay to over to Ingleside, Portland.
Oh yeah, okay. So 78362 Ingleside on the Bay. Customer outage is 4,484. I'll go right here. This is Portland, Doyle, and Gregory. And trade winds. 78374, there's 7,516 customer outages.
What about Rockport? How's Rockport looking?
Rockport and Fulton, Copano Village, all of that is 15,055. So that is a very high number. That zip code is 78382. And again, once we know these timetables, then we'll be able to give you updated information of exactly when a lot of these areas will have power, or hopefully it won't be even days or weeks. But at this point, we don't really know. So let's see. Let me zoom in. I'll go up a little bit more north to the Bay side. 78340, 384. So that's looking a little bit better. Any other areas that I should check? I'll check Taft.
Yeah, some of the questions rolling in. We see everything you're posting. Solis, Jovita Martinez. We have gone through all the zip codes in Corpus Christi. So if you're just joining us, know that you can go back and rewatch this video, and we've already gone through all the Corpus Christi zip codes. We've gone across the bay over into Ingleside, Rockport, Gregory, that area. We've gone out on the island. And we're just kind of giving you an update on how to report an outage.
And I'll go back to that. Let's go ahead and do that again. So if you want to report an outage, again, go to the AEP Texas website. This is the main site. This is the main site. So this is what you're going to see as soon as you get on to the AEP Texas website. You're going to go to Outages and Problems. Click on that. You're going to go to Report an Outage. Now, if you already reported it and you're trying to check your status, you can go here, or you can even get outage alerts on your phone, which I think is a really great idea, because then you'll really have a better idea of what's happening in your area. Now, if you're going to report an outage, you obviously need to answer this question. Does the outage include a downed wire or safety hazard condition? Now, safety hazard condition just basically means if a power line is down, if a pole is down, if a tree fell on a power line, any of those. Now, if that's true, then of course if you let AEP know, then they can go ahead and get that out maybe a little bit quicker. But if you don't know, if you do know, say yes. If you say no, then no. If you say I don't know if I have one. And here it's going to go straight to putting in your house, your home phone. Now, of course, maybe a lot of people don't even have landline phones. I don't think that's necessarily what's asking here. It's just asking maybe what's the best number that your account is related to. So if you have your cell phone number that's related to your account, put that in here. I can put in a random number, and I'll show you what comes up. Oh, maybe it doesn't let me.
For those who are just joining us, we see your questions coming through. We are working to get updates. This is Jessica Savage speaking. I'm here with Chelsea Torres. She's showing us how to report a power outage, how to check on your power outage status on the AEP Texas website. We are working to get an update from AEP. We're told there will be a timetable today released on when power will be restored. AEP is bringing in a lot of resources, like Chelsea said, from outlying areas. She was out this morning on the island, Flower Bluff, as they were restoring some power. And we're just working to get through this. We're giving you general information. It's not specific at this point.
This is everything that we know. And like Jessica said, as soon as we get information, we will let you know. We're just giving you the basic information that we know and that can help you at this point. So if you do put in, so I just put in my cell phone number, right? And I don't have my cell phone number. This is actually my work cell phone number. So this number does not relate to my account, right? So if that's the case, you can always enter your address or enter your meter number, or call Customer Operations Center at 866-223-8508. So those are definite options. If you do not know your number, you can try any of these. Was there any other information?
One person asked, if they're going to have a timetable on AEP power restoration. We want to let you know that there is going to be an Emergency Operations Center. The EOC is going to hold a press conference here at noon. And we're going to be providing you information at Chris 6 News on the website, on television. You're able to stream online as well to watch part of that news conference. We hope to get some updates at that point. We'll have more. Somebody asked about what about the water boil situation. We hope to have more information to share at that point. But, like I said, this is kind of a fluid situation. We're reporting what we know now. and as we're getting updates. Chelsea Torres here was out in the field this morning, and she's just giving you a look at what reported outages AEP has on their website. Now, we understand we've zoomed in some of these areas, and you know, having been out in the field and having also living in this town, we know outages are much higher than what you're seeing on the screen in some of these areas. So I know some people have been saying, is that even accurate?
They're all projections.
They're projections.
That's what we've been told from AEP, that these are all projections. So I can show the whole Nueces County. Customer outages, 79,165. Again, those are just projections. That's the best we have. Now, if you zoom in, and again, you can access this on your own. And you can even go on the app and do this. I'm sure if you're obviously watching this, you're probably watching on your phone. And if you don't have any other means, so this is the best way. I'm just going to show you right off SPID near Flower Bluff in the island area. So this is kind of showing just a projection of, this basically means multiple outages. So area outages in that area, and that's right there at Airline and Rodfield Road. So again, just projections. It's really hard to tell exactly what it is that maybe that could be.
Barbara wants us to go over to AIRS and SPID. We'll go to a couple places that you all are mentioning right now. We see your comments, and we're going to get to them as we can. David Clements wants to know how long till power. We don't have any timetable right now. We're working to get one, though.
Yeah.
We're over at AIRS and SPID. We had a viewer who wanted to know what the power outages look like over there. So this is what that area looks like.
So this shows on the right side of SPID, if you're looking going north or going west, I suppose, 206 outages. That was, and look, that start time was the 25th. So that was Friday at 9:49 p.m. So again, sometimes they'll show the most updated information, sometimes they won't. Just kind of depends on where the AEP officials are working at. Now on the other side of SPID, it's showing only 714, and that was as of Friday at 3:32 p.m. Now actually, I was at AIRS and SPID crosstown area this morning. From what I could see, I don't know how much, I guess this is as far as they'll let me zoom in, but from what I can see, I was right here where the Whataburger is actually. Now all of that intersection is actually completely off. I mean, there's no lights, even the street lights right here, they're completely off. But if you go further down, it looked like closer to McArdle, it looked like they did have power. So I don't know exactly what that means, if this little area is past that, or if that means it's in this area specifically. I'm not really sure, because again, it just kind of gives projections, and it doesn't exactly say where exactly it's at.
Okay, we've had a couple viewers want to know by Driscoll Children's Hospital, which is kind of Alameda, Texan Trail area, what the outages look like by that area, which is Ray High School, those neighborhoods. We're going to zoom in. You know, some of the critical support systems for our area, like hospitals, a lot of them are on backup generators right now. We've seen HEBs open today, as well as yesterday. Some of them, we know the one in Alameda that's right near Texan Trail and Driscoll Children's Hospital, that is open at this point. Gas stations on the south side are beginning to open, so
there's a lot of places that are definitely starting to open. I heard that one of the Bill Millers is, actually two of the Bill Millers is opening, not the one at AIRS and SPID, but the one off Leopard and Navigation is open.
So if you live near businesses that are opening, consider yourself lucky. You're probably going to get power restored pretty quickly if you live in a commercial corridor like that.
I'm trying to find Alameda.
Oh,
here.
I feel like I'm
in the
wrong you're not
area.
going. Go down this way.
Oh, here we go. So
there we go.
Alameda, Del Mar.
Keep Texan Trail right there. Zoom in.
Okay.
All right. This is kind of by Driscoll Children's Hospital, Ray High School area.
So actually, that's actually a really good sign. So right here by Texan Trail, South Staples is right here. Santa Fe, Alameda, all right here. That is showing only 13. Now this is where it shows multiple outages, and that's showing fewer than 5. Now let's see what this does. So I guess there's certain areas.
Just to interrupt real quick, Chelsea, we just sent out an alert that water has been restored to Portland. So if you live in the city of Portland, you have water now.
That's great. That's really good news. And you know, actually, and let me go off of that. I said this a little earlier. I was in Flower Bluff this morning. I went to a Stripes gas station, and I couldn't even go to the bathroom. They had it completely blocked off. So there's certain areas that I think they're just either taking precautions or they're telling us not to use water, not to flush, those certain things. So at least we know in Portland they definitely have water there. So I'm just gonna leave it on here because I don't know if it's going to freak out on me. But again, so Texan Trail, South Alameda is showing multiple outages. Right here it's showing fewer than 5, and that was as of August 27th. When's the 27th? Today? Or was that yesterday?
That's today.
That's today. Yeah. And that was as of 10:39 this morning, which I feel like was not too long ago.
That's really current. Okay.
So that's good news. That's actually the most current we've seen. This one is showing as of Friday at noon, and that's customer outages 13. These are all projections.
Let's go over to Portland. We just found out that Portland's getting water restored there. Those services. We have a couple of viewers who are tuning in now who want to know what the power situation's like over in Portland. This is what it looks like.
So in Portland right here, it's showing multiple outages of 9, but the customer outages is 3,192. Now if you're probably wondering, well, what exactly the difference is, so the customer outages basically means like households, businesses, not necessarily per person. And again, these are all projections. Now again, you can look at this on your own website, or, oh look, that probably just changed on me. So now it just changed, it's showing Portland 2, which is, so it's saying customer outages fewer than 5, so that's good. I'll go to this one. Customer outages, 1,706. That's over off Broadway Boulevard. A little more north of that, it's showing only 7 customer outages. And all of these mean different things. The ones that look like flowers basically means multiple outages, but they don't go into detail on here about that exactly. This little red one means that it's more than 1,000 customers that are out. And this one is 1,483. It looks like it's right around Lang Road and 181. Let's see, more in Doyle, 1,404. This one's only showing 16 customer outages, and that's over on Atkins Drive and Wildcat Drive in that area. And this is as far as I can zoom in, because every time I try to, well, now it's letting me zoom in. Okay, so that's good. So let's see if we can get a little more specific. So Wildcat Drive, fewer than 5, and that's as of yesterday at 7:51. We'll go a little bit more towards 181. That's fewer than 5, and that's as of yesterday at 3:30. This one's fewer than 5 again. That's as of yesterday at 1. So obviously they're doing a lot of work, or they did do a lot of work here, and I'm sure they're still out there accessing a lot of that. This was as of 8 a.m. yesterday, fewer than 5. Am I doing okay? Am I getting redundant? Should I check other areas? Let us know.
Let's see. We have a comment for, okay, Lamar Park. Let's go to Lamar Park and see what that looks like. A lot of people are saying that map is not accurate.
Yeah, and we know that it's not accurate. It's more, again, of projections, and that's just what they've told us. That's what AEP has told us, is that these are projections.
So Lamar Park, you're going to go down. There you go.
Sorry, I'm still learning.
Doddridge, you see Doddridge? We're getting close now. So Doddridge, Alameda area. This is the Lamar Park area right over here. This area. So the 3s and the 2s are what we're looking at over there.
Okay, let's see if I can zoom in a little more. Nope, won't let me.
And again, these are projections. You know, these are reported outages on AEP, and we know these aren't accurate. We've driven these neighborhoods. We know these numbers are much higher, but this is all the information we have at this point. AEP has told us that we're going to be having an update on projected timelines for power restoration. And we will share that information as soon as we have it. This is what we know now. We're giving you the tools to check. So when this Facebook Live ends, you can go online, report outages, and check on your status. This is the Lamar Park area in Corpus Christi.
Yes, and this is, I wish I could know exactly what street that is, but so there's Doddridge, South Alameda Street. So right here, number 2 is showing 975 customer outages. Now that's as of Friday at about 10 p.m. And now it does say the estimated restoration, which is it's still assessing the condition. The cause, of course, was weather. So the good news is a lot of different areas, you can tell that they have a little bit more updated information, and some are not as updated. So this one says fewer than 5. That's right off South Alameda. And that's as of yesterday, yesterday at 8 p.m. And they're still assessing the condition. And, you know, I think I want to say that assessing the condition, when I was talking to AEP officials today, that assessing the condition is basically going out there, looking at it and see what it actually is, because there's so many different power lines and there's so many different areas. It's a little bit hard to just go out and say, okay, fix it. They have to go out there and find out exactly what it is they need to fix. So when they're in areas such as when I was out on the island today and they're at a huge transformer, they're trying to figure out what parts are the ones that they actually need to fix and actually assess on. So what other areas? I do know you mentioned Galahar earlier. I don't think I ever got to that. So yeah. I'll go to Galahar and South Staples. I'll just touch on this one. So that's as of yesterday at 4:40 a.m. That's fewer than 5. And again, assessing the condition. I think a lot of these are assessing the condition just because there's so much that the AEP needs to do. And it's just, you know, it's just a matter of getting all of them. I'm going to see what this does. Okay, so in this area, see, it's Galahar, Meadowbrook, Brock Drive, all right in here. It's showing 14, but it does have showing different areas. So customer outage is 14, the customer outage is 51. And again, I mean, these are all projections, so it's kind of hard to tell exactly, you know, where these all go, and it doesn't zoom in anymore.
A lot of people who are just joining us are posting their zip codes in Corpus Christi. We've gone through the zip codes.
So you can find that probably more at the beginning.
Yeah, at kind of the beginning of this live broadcast, we went through all the zip codes in Corpus Christi and some of the surrounding areas. So you can see exactly what your situation looks like. Again, these are projections. We know these aren't accurate,
right,
but this is the latest information we have right now.
And if you are just tuning in, I'll go through it one more time, and then we can answer some more questions, or at least tell you again what we kind of know about timetables. But if you're reporting an outage, it's first going to ask you to find your account, and to help find that is to do your home phone. I just put in my work number. Of course, that's not going to go straight to an account. So you can either try again, enter your address, which I feel is probably the best idea to do, or enter your meter number. Of course, a lot of us probably don't even look at our meter. I know I don't. So, but if you do, you can do that. Or you can call the Customer Operations Center at 866-223-8508. I will put that number up also, so that way you at least have that on there. I do want to show you one more thing. If you want to check your status. Now, if you want to check your status, it's showing that you need to log in to check your status. Now, if you do not have a login, you don't know your login, you've left and you don't have any of that information, you can either go to forgot user ID or password, or if you need to register for one, it's asking for your ESID number. If you're wondering what that is, it's basically a 17-digit number assigned to you, and it's on your electric bill. Now, if you don't have your electric bill, the information that we have right now is the best thing to do is just call. I personally think it's probably the best thing is just to call the number, let them know of your power outage, so that way they can get out there a little bit quicker. And at least that way you're really talking to somebody instead of putting it out on here. But if you do have that, then that's another great way to do that, because then you can put your 17 number on there, continue, you verify your address, confirm access, then you can create your ID, and then you can check your status for your power outage. Is there anything else maybe that I maybe did not cover? Okay, so again, you can get on here on aeptexas.com, find out all of the information. You can use the app. All of these that we've been showing you for zip codes, if you look earlier in the video, they're just projections. And again, we will keep you updated here on our newscast and on the web about when there's a timetable for certain areas that will have their power back. So we will let you know. Just stay tuned with us here on Chris 6 News. Catch you later.